So welcome to the 20th episode of the Doing It Right podcast with Andrew and Alan.
Alan and Andrew.
And
I'm the
I
Jared.
liked our first intro.
Yeah, I'm the Jerry.
Yeah, we messed up the intro.
He messed up the intro somehow. I don't know how that.
Sorry, yeah, I messed up the intro, but you missed it because Mason's failed.
So we
Since
since you guys didn't hear the first time we said it,
we
have
Mason
an
take it
important
away.
announcement to make, and Mason.
I am quitting.
Yes,
again.
he is resigning from the podcast. So, as I did before,
Mason, your girlfriend's hitting up my phone.
What this means is that Mason will not be at the podcast, but the podcast is not ending. We won't go anywhere.
It might.
What?
It might.
I don't know what he's saying.
It might end because I might die from a broken heart.
Yeah. Alan's gonna die.
Would that be the worst way to die, though?
That's the best way to die.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, pretty much.
This is Mason's last
just
episode.
my life's harder. Cause I have to do
It
stuff.
does make your life harder.
Significantly.
Yeah.
You can kind of Andrew do something.
No.
But we like Andrew.
I like how I don't have to do it.
We like Alan. I still like Alan more than we like Andrew. No comment.
So is the sound working now?
Yeah,
it
it
should
is.
be working.
Okay. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I had to mute the sound because for whatever reason, it's like it plays in while we have the starting scene screen, so I had to mute it. But now it just
Okay.
goes over when I transition.
So what do we have planned for this episode,
We
Alan?
don't have anything.
That's
Alan,
the funny thing.
is Alan gonna do some singing for us today?
I think Alan is gonna say.
Alan's gonna do some singing, guys.
Okay, so pretty much how it's laying
Let's
down.
have a discussion before. Let's have a discussion.
What's your discussion?
So, I want to tell the story about Jacob
Jacob, why?
because it's funny.
Okay.
Okay. So, Jacob Ward, you know that guy. He takes us home every day from track. So, and he takes us there during breaks. So we were in spring break, and we were going to practice, but then he had to go pick up Luca, and then
They don't know who these people are.
okay, this other kid. He had to pick up this other kid. Okay, we're in a neighborhood at 7 in the morning, and he just decides to blast the most obnoxious song. And our favorite line from that song is, "Got so much wood I could build me a fort."
And this we repeated that over and over again, and he got mad. It was funny.
Yeah. But so we have philosophical questions.
How much wood does it take to require one fort?
And how many forts could you build out of all of the wood?
So what qualifies as a fort?
Okay, so we looked this up before the podcast.
This
started.
was our preparation time, mind you.
Fort is defined by a fortified building or an advantage position.
Yes.
So, I mean,
So pretty much just however many advantage positions there are, that's how many forts you got.
So this house could be a fort.
yes.
It's not a very advantage position.
You don't know that.
Well,
I mean, you have a nice view of the lake.
so there's
Yeah, we're
very
fine.
minimal
Put some
requirements
signs out there.
for
Good.
a fort. So I feel like every single person in the world could be built at least 2 forts.
Yeah.
Because
get
you
5.
don't need very much wood.
I get
build
5
a
though.
fort.
Andrew gets none. And Mason gets 1. I'm leaving Mason with 1 fort.
I feel like Andrew should get
Yeah,
all the
I
forts.
should get. I get all of them.
Every single fort?
Yeah, I get 6.
6?
Andrew is the most important person.
Yeah.
That's
Now,
good.
how am I going to use those forts? I don't know.
Don't worry about
I would be the top 1% of fort owners.
it. Top 0.00000.
Yeah, like a beachfront fort. Yeah, a nice fort in Alaska.
Yeah, I've got a casino fort.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew's living wrong.
Yeah. I wonder right now who owns the most forts?
Probably the U.S. government.
No, one person.
Probably Donald Trump.
He doesn't own anything.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Technically.
That's not quite how it works.
Well, who does then?
The president doesn't own the White House.
Yeah, he does. Who owns it?
The
Owned
government.
by the government. The president just lives there.
How can more than one person own one thing? If he's in charge of the government, then he
That's the
owns
point of
whole-
government. There's no
But there's
one
3
person.
branches to the government, Alan.
He's in charge of
The
government.
entire country owns the White House.
You own the White House.
Yeah.
You
You
can just
own-
go in there if you
yeah.
want.
Wait, am I a shareholder in the White House? Technically.
No,
Sell your shares.
If you think about it, everybody's technically
a shareholder in the government.
every taxpayer is a shareholder
Yeah,
in
that's
the
why
White
you get a
House.
vote. That's how it works.
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Wait, the U.S. is just a big business.
Yeah.
Down with the corporations.
Up with the
Up
government.
with the not government.
Up with the government.
Anarchy.
Controlling everything. Woohoo! So say something, idiot.
What was that noise that came out of your mouth?
Aren't you gonna sing us?
Kristen Brzezicki says, I don't think wood refers to building material in this instance.
It definitely.
What else
does.
could it refer to?
I don't understand what
Well,
you're saying. This is a child-friendly podcast.
Yeah.
Nothing else exists.
Mason doesn't
in
have
the
to rate
world.
clean on Spotify for some reason.
Okay, I keep some episodes unrated if there's like I don't really remember if we said something that
But
might have
we
been
never
sketchy.
said anything.
But okay, there's like mature, clean, and unrated. So sometimes I'll just leave it on unrated. Most of the time it's clean though.
Why would you rate it mature instead of unrated?
I never rate it.
No, why
mature
would anybody do that though?
because then like it's mature. People can go into your can report your content for being mature if you leave it unrated. I mean, they not really report flag it so they can tag it correctly.
That's kind of dumb.
Not really.
You can't just lie to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. That's Hollywood, baby. Which is what we.
I feel like Alan
That's show
would
business,
make
baby.
it in Hollywood.
I'm ruthless enough.
Yeah. Just like
Can you
he
act,
just take
Alan?
everyone down.
Can you act?
Yeah. Act
Do
like
He would
Do a scene for
throw
us.
beans at people. He would just be like, "Take my beans."
take my vein. And then too. But I'm not ruthless. I have plenty of ruth.
Did this kid just say rude?
There's plenty of.
If you're okay, think about it, Andrew. I know your brain's small, but if you're ruthless,
What does Ruth alone mean?
it's the opposite of
There's
ruthless.
there's not a word that is just Ruth.
Probably like
What's
mercy.
a name?
Probably like mercy.
Ruth is a word?
Obviously, maybe you're ruthless because you killed your best friend Ruth. That's why they're called ruthless. That's probably it, right, Mason?
Ruth is a feeling of pity, distress, or grief. So ruthless is without pity, distress, or grief.
Ruthless Ruth killed.
Oh, I'm very distressed all the time. So.
Ruthless Ruth killed her friend Ruth.
But she still has Ruth because she's Ruth. Idiot.
Can a Ruth be ruthless?
No.
Yeah.
Do you even know anybody named
It's a
Ruth?
quality
Babe
of a
Ruth?
person.
But that's not.
What do you mean?
Ruth goes
Babe Ruth is a person.
Ruth Goldberg.
Do you know Ruth Goldberg, Andrew?
It's rude.
Why did you say that?
Because I was trying to think of Ruths.
Beer cans over there,
Alan would not make it in Hollywood, he says.
I beg to differ. What's your argument on that?
I mean, I
he
can
would
act.
just,
I can sing.
He would be the
Look at
director.
how beautiful he is.
Think of Alan. Think of who Alan is,
Yeah.
and imagine him as a director. He just yells at people. He's like, "Do this, do that."
I'm Alan.
But it'd be his job. It'd be their job to follow what he says.
I like that.
He'd make it. He would make it.
I would thrive.
I don't think you can argue with that logic.
Rich says, pick up the call. Should I?
I feel like he would make it, but he wouldn't make any good movies. They'd all be
No, he's like,
C tier at most.
that's true. But
Is
like,
there such thing as Ridge is calling us.
okay, we're having a Ridge call.
We're having a video
Okay,
call.
he can call us.
Incoming caller. Oh no.
Oh no.
What's up, Ridge?
Okay. So I'm very interested And what did you say? You said that the president of the United States owns all the forks.
Okay, we're not answering that.
Okay.
Sorry, Rich.
Alan's statement is under political review by the experts.
Rich Falco, the expert.
And yeah.
Something that phone.
You're gonna have to go to court for this, Alan.
Why?
He's gonna have to go to Fort Court. Not Fort Court. That's the worst kind of court.
It really is.
It's held in a fort.
Whenever Rich says that he's interested in your stance, then I just leave.
That's because he's gonna prove you wrong.
No. Bro. Okay, so it's time to interview Mason.
What are you gonna interview me on?
I think you guys pretty much know everything there is to know about Mason.
Yeah, he's not very interested.
Send me questions.
Send you questions.
Send me.
I am sending
Chris
them
is
through
here.
Send them. It's like
I'm sending them through my voice.
yes. Through the airwaves. Send them.
Chris K. Brzicki says, "How was your guys' night?" I want to answer that question.
Oh, it was fun, dude.
It was fun, dude.
It was fun, dude.
It was fun, dude.
Alan stopped us from sleeping until
We went over to Aiden's
No, I
house.
didn't.
you literally did.
You're the one who kept waking me. You guys are the ones who kept waking me up. How did
Yeah.
I keep you up?
It was kind of epic because I slapped Alan. Every time Alan fell asleep, I just slapped him in the face really hard, so he woke up. But he didn't. He couldn't tell whether or not I slapped him because he was asleep.
I did the last time.
The last time,
you walked in.
that's because I slapped you super hard the last time.
Stop used to. I still feel it in my feet.
No, you don't.
I do. I do. Permanently bruised me.
That's good.
Shut up.
Yeah. Our night was very fun.
Be Alan at Smash.
We went.
We all be Alan at
Yeah,
Smash.
that's true.
Not Bridge.
Rich didn't play you.
Yeah.
Okay. Now there's Michael.
He probably would have beat you.
Yeah, he
though.
probably would.
Michael probably would definitely would have beat you
Yeah.
if I can.
Okay. But yeah, we went to a bonfire. It was pretty epic.
Yes.
That was pretty epic.
I beat Mason in real life.
Aiden's dad just poured a bunch of gasoline on the fire,
And then it was.
and then the nozzle caught on fire.
That was epic.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, the fire burned.
Didn't make a big deal.
The fire burned my eyes.
Did you have your glasses on?
No.
Okay.
And then Gabe Beasley came and jammed out.
Yeah. And then I jammed out on his guitar.
Not really.
Not really.
He didn't do very well.
I was jamming. I don't play guitar.
Gabe Beasley was jamming out.
Yeah, he was like.
He was like playing Karma Police.
Which is why you need to sing the fort song.
Sing
For like
us, Al.
for like 30 minutes straight before the podcast, he was just singing about forts and wood.
Okay, you guys gotta spam tap. You want Alan to start singing.
Yeah, that's the only way he'll do it.
No.
Who wouldn't want to hear his beautiful voice?
Chrissy says Mason's very interesting. Okay, Mason, tell us the most interesting. Okay, I'm interested.
What is your most interesting?
What? I don't like that question. I really don't like that question.
What is what is your most valued accomplishment? What is
most valued?
What is the best thing that you believe you've done in your life? I know it's a hard question, right?
That's a very hard question.
Not for you.
What do you mean
You're
not
dumb.
for me?
Yeah, it should be for you.
I'm gonna ask you this after this.
So you gotta start thinking. I don't know. I'm gonna take some time to think. So you two
Okay.
can like start a
What
conversation.
about you, Hack?
I've accomplished a lot. You see.
Yeah, because you're dumb.
Gotta say, I don't know, ticket round in wrestling. That's pretty up there.
But Rudy got Spladle. That was my favorite thing ever done. Yeah, Andrew got Spladle. It was really funny.
We already talked about that on a different podcast, Alan.
Oh,
Old news.
Old news.
it's still the best news. I've never gotten Spladle. So
I think if I can get like, I think getting you two and Alex to join Team Malay is one of my bigger accomplishments because hopefully I can like it'll snowball. I mean, if it does snowball, it'll be my biggest accomplishment.
Mason, I heard rumors that you were becoming the DOA.
How is that a rumor?
Because
You didn't
Chrissy
know
said
this?
it.
Wait,
Because
wait,
Chrissy
what?
said it.
I'm gonna be the master counselor.
Oh, like Luke?
Yeah, because Luke's 21 now.
Yeah.
I thought they were talking about Bobby. Talking to Bobby.
Bobby's
You
gonna
guys have
be
no
junior
idea what's
counselor.
They have no idea what's
Okay,
going
so in Demolay we have like 3 head offices. We have the master counselor, which is like, he's the master counselor. There's 3 counselors. There's senior counselor, which is the second. The master counselor's right hand man, and then there's a junior counselor, who is just another counselor. So Bobby is becoming the junior counselor, and usually you go from junior to senior to master, and then you just
Are you the junior counselor?
go back into the masses. What?
Are you the junior counselor?
I'm the master counselor.
Well,
Are you the
before.
senior counselor right now? Like before that?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you
so
were?
I'm moving up. Yes.
Ah.
I don't know that.
And Bobby's now going to be the.
I would actually have to agree with you. That's like a really big accomplishment because now like that DMOA chapter is mainly dominated by fairy kids.
Yeah.
Which like before, because I was the first one I think.
Yeah.
And yeah, they like it was all Decatur.
You and Alan.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was Chateau.
Yeah, we need to get more people to join.
Yeah.
Well, there's more
Are
parents.
we getting Tyler to come?
Oh, yeah.
Tyler's joining.
Tyler might join, but he has stuff on Thursdays usually, so.
It's weird because
Not
we
sure.
knew about DMOA before we went into it, but like because Chaz and Lincoln and all them are in DMOA, but like they never go to the meetings.
Yeah.
Because there's probably more Perry kids than Decatur kids, but none of the Perry kids go.
I wish Chaz could come around more often.
Yeah, Chaz is a cool guy.
Yeah,
He has
I
stuff
love
going
Chaz.
on in AP classes and sports. So
Maybe his senior year he'll be less busy.
Maybe.
Probably not.
Are we gonna be that
Probably
busy
not.
next year, Andrew?
Yes.
That's not
This is what I'm saying, dude. AP Lit is gonna kill us all.
It will, especially you, Alan.
not me.
Swingle
It will
lights.
kill you.
Can we get a rip in the chat
actually,
for
like,
swingle lights?
The Swingle
The
is
grading
not...
scale for like the essays that we have to write. If Miss Sheehan is like saying that that's the same one as Hunter uses, that's actually not that bad.
That's not bad because
I hear a lot of people get 6s, and I'm like, that's bad. And it's like now it's like
not.
that's actually like a B.
a
So
6
that's actually pretty good.
is on the grading scale that we're talking about. A 6 is an 85.
Yeah.
So I
Wait,
mean,
what's an A?
An A is a
7 or above.
7. If you get a 9, it's 102%.
Or if you get 10?
You can't
It's
get
not a
10.
10.
It's a
It's a
0
1
to
to
9
9.
scale,
Why?
and a 5 and above is passing. I think.
Why is it not 0 to 10?
I don't know.
It's dumb.
Why
I don't know.
not?
There's no 10. Because there are 10 numbers.
Yeah,
Because there's
0.
0.
Why not 1
2,
through 10?
3. Because you can get a 0
How do you get a 0?
if you
By
literally do not
doing
write
nothing.
anything about the topic. Nothing
If
at
you
all.
write a thesis, you get a 1.
Yes.
Like and
So I'm gonna start a
so
thesis.
basically,
Yes.
if
You'll
you get like
you'll
if you get like a
3.
3 or a 4, then you're kind of like it's pretty easy to get a 3 or a 4. You just have to hit like minimum points.
What's
Yeah.
a 4?
I don't know. 5 is the average.
5 is passing. So, the grading scale that Hunter uses is made to, where 5 is still passing because that's how it is on the actual test, where 5 is still passing.
But the thing is, like, that scale makes sense, but the 9 is just unrealistic. Like, I feel like nobody's ever going to get a 9.
On the actual test or on, like
the way that they grade it. Like, the way that Sheehan and Hunter will grade it. Nobody will ever get a 9.
that's, people do get 9s. Matthew Hayden has gotten, like, 2, I think. Maybe only 1. He's gotten at least 1.
That's like...
It's hard, but it's not impossible.
Yeah.
I'll stick with DBQs, thank you.
DBQ's easy?
Hang on. Mr. Cunningham still
Yes.
hasn't put on my SRQ, so I still have like a C+.
Don't check your grades on the podcast.
I'm checking my grades on the podcast. It's happening.
This kid's a nerd, bro. I never check my grades all semester.
You probably
How
have.
do you
like,
know
5
whether or not
Fs.
you have good grades?
Faith.
What?
Faith.
Faith.
Oh, faith.
Yep.
You turn in your assignments out?
Some of them.
Some of them.
I've never...
Can you give us a percentage?
80.
That's bad.
Okay. I have
That's
never... Probably not once done homework for Spanish class.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I don't ever do my French homework because I hate that class.
At this point, I don't do any homework outside of school.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I'm so efficient with my time in school, I can just like the way that we do it. You know, like if you have homework to do, you just do it before first period. You get to class. Like other people will just like walk around the hallways for no reason. So you save that time.
Yeah, I mean, I have like 30 minutes from when I get to school.
Yeah.
30. Actually.
I mean, I get there at like 6:45, so that's 25 minutes. So I mean, I usually get there 10 minutes before the bell rings, and then you have about 10 minutes for the announcements. I mean, that's a lot of time to do homework.
So procrastinating is good, guys.
Yeah.
Our school promotes procrastination.
Yeah. Why do they give so much time? It's kind of ridiculous.
Because people have to get to school.
Yeah.
But it's like be on.
Are you saying that they should start it earlier?
No, I'm saying like make the buses get there later.
But then there's problems like late buses. Like second row of the buses don't dismiss until like 6:55, I think.
Yeah, that's really dumb.
Because the second and first row dismiss at different times. So like the second row of buses, you're still like you may not get like there's a chance that you couldn't even get to class on time, or like you're gonna be rushing a little bit.
Yeah, it's
not very much.
Why don't they just release at the same time?
Because the second row of buses isn't there yet. So we have like 2 rows of buses. So like the first row is like the first first batch of buses that get there, and then the second row is filled up with the later buses, which are for whatever reason they get there later than the first row. So the first row gets dismissed first as the second row fills up.
But they shouldn't do that.
So as soon as the second row fills up, they release that row. It's not that dumb.
Okay. Enough about school.
What's your greatest accomplishment, Alan?
Yeah. What's your greatest accomplishment, Mason? Oh yeah, Mason already said. Do you actually believe that?
No. I don't know. I was not really accomplished.
I told you to think about it.
See, that's the thing though, is like when you think about it and you like actually choose one, you're like, that sounds underwhelming.
Yeah, I've never accomplished anything like I don't know, it's weird.
Like
Give us a small accomplishment.
Like worthy of being the biggest accomplishment.
Yeah.
Give us something small.
Something small is David Garment's channel. Wait, Rich said this. Or sound. Shut up.
Uh-oh.
Why is he yelling at me?
Because that's Alan.
Oh my god.
You get yelled at all the time, dude.
Should we video chat Ridge again?
No. Not video chat Ridge.
I think
Ridge.
I think that question, like, specifically is interesting.
A bad question.
Because I feel like the majority of people wouldn't have an answer. Like, when you think about our school. Yeah, like, our people in our school. Like,
don't do stuff.
Yeah, if you don't do anything.
They don't have anything. They haven't accomplished anything. Which is crazy. And, like, the majority of those people will be, like, working people, so they won't actually accomplish anything.
Well, I guess there's also, like, things that, like, we should be proud of, but, like, we're just used to it. Like, our GPA.
Yeah.
And, like, being able to be in, like, higher
because we're, like, submerged in our little, like, bubble, where, like, everybody has a 4.0.
Yeah, we're, like, our GPA isn't even that good compared to some other
people. And so we're like, okay, we're just kind of average, but we're really not.
We're really
like
not
you look at the rest of the school.
I'm just kind of average, though.
Yeah,
not bad.
That's pretty high.
You're above average.
You're decent. Your GPA is still decent. Like
3.3. 3.3. Not bad. Not good.
That's not good.
I think a 3 is about average.
Yeah.
Because when you don't have weighted classes, it's super hard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not having weighted classes would suck. Because next year I think I'm only going to be in. Well, I would be in all but one weighted class, but I'm not taking early college Spanish next year because it would kill me.
Oh, that's the advantage to taking early college because you get weighted.
But it would kill me. It would drain my spirit.
Good thing I'm not taking a foreign language next year.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
I get to do the focus next year. Because I'm doing German 2 online this summer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're doing 2 and 2 instead of.
Yeah.
3.
It's dumb. But
I don't like the 2 and 2.
I'm excited for next year. Actually, next year's gonna be so good because I mean you have challenging classes like we're talking about, so it'll be like less
I
time.
have like 5 AP.
But like I get to do the focus, which I'm excited about, and I still get a band class.
You only have 5 real classes.
Yeah. So, I mean that's pretty good, man.
I only have 5 real classes.
Which
because
means
I don't psych. Apparently, it's just like super easy.
Really?
AP psych.
I'm
And,
doing AP Psych
I
my
gotta
senior
study
year.
all next year.
You're not doing
I think that's it.
early college site?
Nope. I modified the early college path by a lot. So like I just didn't take any early college classes, and
You're taking speech senior year too?
yeah,
That's gonna suck.
I think I'm gonna do that online too. Though. Rich said he was gonna do it online.
But then it would be early college.
Yeah, it would. You don't. There's not an early college speech class.
Yeah, there is.
It's cohort. So it's all early college people. So if you're doing it online anyway,
It's a different class.
It's not a different class. It's not.
Yes.
No.
I promise.
No.
It's Column 142. There's.
You can take it online.
But it won't count for the college.
Yes, it will.
It's not college credit.
I'm not arguing about this. This is.
Any other questions for me?
Yeah, we asked one question. What do you find most interesting about yourself? What do you think is the most interesting thing?
I don't know.
Tell us something interesting about
See, I
you.
don't like these questions. I don't really think I'm interesting, but some people think I am.
Wait.
And I'm like,
My grandma
like,
said, you know I watch Kay Brzezicki. Why are you dogging on my grandson? Yeah,
Hey.
Kay Brzezicki. Come on.
Get him, Grandma.
Get him. Who?
Wait, what was the question? I already forgot.
What do you think is an interesting thing about yourself? That maybe they don't know. That's hard.
That is hard.
Because we kind of do like show off. The entire point of this is to show off our personality on stream. So it's kind of hard.
No, I guess I was go with DMLA.
That's
on my mind.
Probably.
I feel like a lot of people just don't like know it.
Yeah,
So
it's just
Maybe
it is an interesting.
you're gonna have to try to.
my most interesting thing is that I'm on a podcast.
This is our interesting thing. We're like, hey, we own a podcast.
This is very interesting.
Out of you,
Hey.
this is like one of the least interesting things.
It's street cred.
What
You
do
just
you
say,
mean?
yo,
You're a pretty
I own a
interesting
podcast.
person.
Like
That's
how?
not necessarily good.
Such as how?
Have you
I
met
mean-
yourself?
Besides,
do you ever just look at yourself in the mirror and just start talking to yourself?
You're a
Or just
mad
be like,
liar.
I hear that all the time.
I know you do.
I do a lot of stuff. It's kind of bad. Oh, too tired all the time to do it. Mike.
Are you gonna sing for us, Alan?
No.
That can be an interesting
sing.
fact about you. You're a beautiful singer.
Yeah, Alan has a beautiful, raspy singing voice.
Can you be both beautiful and raspy at
Yeah.
the same time?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Here.
Is Kurt Cobain beautiful and raspy?
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Beck.
I don't listen to Beck.
You don't know the one song?
Loser.
Loser.
I
That guy
You
has
have
a,
to
don't
sing
really like
like
that.
that man has a raspy voice.
Why you so shy?
You
in front
sing,
of the camera. You were the one singing your little solo.
but that was beautiful. That was a once in a lifetime.
It could be beautiful here too.
That's a once in a lifetime.
He's scared that he couldn't match what
He's
he was
scared that he's
before.
peaked.
I have peaked. I've peaked in my life. It's kind of sad.
That's another interesting thing to think about. Just like in life, I'm trying to be
Like
deep
what
here.
the golden years were.
Yeah, like you won't know until you're out of them. But like, imagine peaking early in your life and realizing it, and then just like living your life
Like Andrew?
like you're not as good anymore.
That would be sad. Like peaking in high school?
Yeah, like some people do that.
Yeah.
That's sad,
That-
man.
Yeah,
this
you have
is
it.
the best year. This is the best years of their life.
Imagine if this was the best year of your life.
That would be.
I feel like that's one of the main driving. I feel like that's one of the main driving forces of like my life is like I'm gonna be better in the future.
Like
Like
later
I'm
will be better.
preparing for the future. But then
there's the fear that maybe later won't be better.
Yeah. What if this is like as good as it gets? You know. I mean, some people say that like college. A lot of people say that college was the best years of their life because they have freedom, but they're also paid for, so they can just kind of.
Paid for.
I mean, but okay. So if you're in the real world and you have to pay off student loans, then you can be in danger of like eviction. But if you're in college and you have a student loan and you're building up debt, you're not going to get evicted in college.
Yeah.
You're going to get evicted after you get out of college. So like those years are like when you're safe.
Yeah. I don't want to take a student loan, but I think I'm going to have to.
You're definitely going to have to.
Definitely. Let's get an amazing wrestling scholarship, which is highly probable.
Like
highly
if you do a lot of scholarships, you're probably just gonna have to get a student loan. Or you can see if your parents might be able to take a loan out for you, so you don't have to deal with student loans.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my parents pay for it.
I keep wondering about what's gonna happen when my parents have to pay for both of my little brothers to go to college at the same time.
Well, but then I don't have any kids to deal with that.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. That's a lot of money.
They won't be paying for yours or Ian's insurance by then, right? Because you'll be on your own.
No,
I'll be in college. I'll still be I'll be like a senior.
So they won't have to pay for like any of Ian anymore.
No. Yeah, Ian will be out.
So, but they'll have to pay for you and the two of them.
They're gonna get full ride running scholarships.
Bro, that might happen.
That might happen for you.
They're good at running?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're gonna be better than me. They're running like I forget what I said last time.
19,
I think it's 19.
Sub-19.
Yeah, sub-19 5Ks.
Which is crazy.
And they're in 7th grade.
Which is like literally crazy.
I ran the first 5K that I ran my freshman year was a 20:30. To put that in perspective, in a year I climbed about 3 minutes.
But they're not gonna climb 3 minutes there.
Yeah, like they're gonna climb 3 minutes before they get to freshman year.
That would be running a 16-minute and
I want them to break the record at the middle school for the mile. It's like it's sub 5.
Drew's record though.
I think it's sub 5. Which
sub 5 minute mile?
Yeah.
That's for an 8th grader.
Yeah. I didn't run sub 5 until last year.
But you're run before that. So
yeah.
Like 2 months. Yeah. You're gonna be a 3-sport state champion your senior year.
Bro, if that happened, I'm gonna get an award named after me.
You know how literally crazy that would be? A 3-sport state champion. That's
Even if I place in 3 sports, I want an award named.
Which you will. I bet you'll place in 3 sports senior year.
Here's the thing. So you know how like at the banquets or like the honors banquets for the high school, it's so lame.
I didn't go to college.
Yeah, you didn't come here.
It's
it's so lame. It's only academic. There's no sports award. I'm like, make a sports award. You have to have a sports award. Best athlete.
You think you're the best athlete in the school, Anderson?
I want to say that, but when you look at other athletes at our school, they're like very extremely specialized.
Maybe like Tyson.
I don't know, man. He like when people think of good athletes, they don't think of me. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I'm not like the face of athletics. Like you would think of like a basketball player or a football player. Yeah. Or like a better wrestler.
I'm not a football player.
I'm not the best at wrestling, so like they don't think of me for wrestling. Yeah. If you know what I mean. But
I don't.
Yeah. My senior year when I get 3 state championships, I'll just still not be recognized. Nobody will care.
Probably not. Probably not. That's technically it's feasible.
Let me paint a picture for you guys. Andrew Haggerty Award of Athletic Excellence.
Would be given
this
every
is what
year?
we're talking.
Would be given every year. It's just only
one award for each, like a female and a male athlete.
Only male athletes.
For the best athlete in the school.
well found.
Maybe
This is why I have to rate it unrated instead of clean.
That's not clean.
That's not clean. That's
not
that's
clean.
crude. That's socially crude.
I'm being censored. No, you guys don't appreciate my ideas here. That's why I'm. Well, no,
That's yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why are you wearing that button? 20 years of radical impact.
I'm showing out for Cyber Blues 234 more than Mason ever has his entire life.
I might not go to the meeting tomorrow. I have a really good Gatsby tomorrow.
How do you feel that you're the best? I want to ask you this for like the podcast reason. Like, how do you feel that you guys are probably the best robotics team that's come through this school? Like, you're at the top. Like, you're one of the best ever.
What do you mean?
Best robotics team in this
like
school.
At this school? Like,
Yes.
Like throughout the years of Cyber Blue, we are the best.
You are one of the best.
That's not true.
Yes.
We've always been very good.
I know you've always been good, but
like
you're not there.
We're definitely not the best.
You're not the best.
Winning nearly as much as we have.
Like wrestling.
But you're winning like everything.
Not really. I mean, we haven't won in a competition this year yet. We won chairman's, but
I hate how they
called it in 2012.
Why is that a thing? That if you win chairman's, you don't win the competition.
Yeah,
because
the best team.
They're different. Winning the competition means like you actually won. You won.
Can you win the competition and get chairman?
Yes, because they're two different things. Chairman is judges come up to you and they ask you about your impact on your local community.
Do you have a big
impact
on your local community?
I mean, apparently we won the award, but you need to have like an essay written for it and like a video prepared. And also, it's a lot of work that goes into it.
Legacy teams are dumb, I have to say. Like for Worlds, like every teams. Let's call it legacy team.
Aiden said that if you win chairman's at Worlds, then you're automatically qualified for the rest of.
Yeah, you become a Hall of Fame team.
Yeah,
and then you are always qualified.
That's dumb. So about like 50 years.
I mean, it doesn't matter that much because, like, if you don't.
How many teams qualify?
That's
100.
I want to say like 200 some.
So
maybe up to 300.
So happens in like 100 years.
I think 300 about.
I don't think they thought it through.
Yeah, I feel like that's unbalanced.
Yeah.
Because then you just have.
Like you have really bad.
The worlds grow.
Yeah.
Each year.
Because one team.
So eventually it's just going to be every single team.
I don't actually know how it actually works. I'm not gonna.
Maybe.
Much. Yeah, I don't want to be wrong and tell you the wrong stuff. I don't know how that works.
Maybe Aiden is
wrong. We qualify every year almost because you have to be in Indiana. It's not that hard to qualify if you're somewhat good because.
Well, top 300 teams. That's easy.
Well, in Indiana, we only have about 60 teams, I think, in Indiana. Maybe up to like 80 teams in Indiana, and like the top 32 get to go to the state, and then like the top like 6 get to go to Worlds or something like that. So, I mean, if you're a good team, you will always go to Worlds, almost definitely.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't like the ranking for state isn't based on competition performance only. It's also based on like the awards you can win, like chairman's.
So pretty much it's dumb.
Robotics is weird.
It's very weird. It's very complicated.
That's why Aiden says like, oh, the robotics team is better than the wrestling team. I'm like, you can't say that because it's not comparable.
Yeah, I don't think
it's not
is
comparable.
Yeah, it's completely different, but they are good. You guys are really good. I feel like there's like a lot of work that goes into it, like a lot.
There is a lot.
Yeah.
We have like 6 weeks to build it, and there's a lot of.
That's why you guys spend so much time.
Yeah, that's why we have meetings like almost every day for those 6 weeks.
Do you think they should give you more time?
No, 6 weeks is like that's a good amount. I mean, we made our robot in 6 weeks. So every team makes their robot in 6 weeks, or like almost every team makes their robot in 6 weeks.
Runs if you
Some
don't get it
people
done.
just don't get it finished. Then I guess you have to finish
Can
it.
you go to the competition with an unfinished robot?
You can, but
He like finish
you
it on the way.
You can not on the way. You have to finish it there.
You're like walking up to the thing and like screwing stuff.
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, you get like a pit, which is like a 10-foot or 10-yard by 10 yard, I think. Little like area, and you can that's where you work on your robot. And
do you shame people that do that? Like,
what, people who work on the robot? We work on our robot during competition.
Wait, you can't work on it on the way there?
You can't work on the way there.
You're not allowed.
Because you have you have the 6 weeks, and then you have the bag there. You put the robot in a literal bag.
But what if you just do?
Well, I mean, you're not supposed to, but I guess they would never know.
Yeah.
But you're really not supposed to do that.
So pretty much
Cheat.
robotics is super
You will
easy to
get
cheat.
disqualified.
It's like super easy to cheat at, pretty much.
We should become a cheating, dishonest team.
And everybody knows, but
But
they
we
can't
win.
prove it.
Yeah, but we win every time.
Everybody knows, but they can't prove it, and they all hate it. I like it.
Any other questions for me?
Which episode of the podcast is your favorite episode?
So that's
Hard.
he has an opinion from next question.
Um,
Think of a question yourself.
I guess your birthday was pretty fun.
We ate ice cream.
Oh, happy birthday, Andrew!
Thanks.
Happy 5 days.
It's been
4 days late.
4
Birthday.
days. Yeah, 4 days late.
Thank you guys. Very nice.
Yeah. I'm Alan.
I guess Alan's birthday. I don't really know. It's been a while.
That was a fun episode.
Yeah.
We've had some fun episodes. That's what this is all about. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Just say hold on.
They're just being dumb.
You can't say that. That's messed up.
But he's being dumb,
We have
bro.
to censor this kid.
Censored.
He's being
Beep,
small
beep, beep.
brain. Yeah,
Beep.
small brain.
Beep 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 beep.
And I will not apologize for it. Pale's not watching.
Oh,
That's depressing.
we've lost our number one fan.
She's not the number one fan.
She's
Who's
only
the number
here.
one fan.
We gotta ask her on
We don't have
Monday.
any fans.
We gotta
Who wants
ask
to
her
be our
on
number
Monday.
one fan?
What
Wait,
fans?
what's
What
our
fans?
view
What
count?
fans?
What fans?
I don't know. It's not accurate. Because it said one when my grandma and Chris were talking. So.
I'm gonna go check on there.
No, I don't
say
think I
it on
even have
there.
it pulled up on there.
You fool.
Oh, don't call me a fool.
You are a fool.
Do you have any questions for me, Alan?
Oh, let me think, bro.
Yeah, I've been asking all the questions.
What is your favorite location?
What? Like,
That was a horrible question.
what kind of
Anytime.
My
can it be like a country?
It can be
like,
anything.
anything?
My bed.
Probably my house. Honestly.
If you don't answer that, I think there's something wrong with you.
You don't say your house?
Yeah, if you don't say like your home, your room, like
You know?
that's gotta be your favorite place.
No.
Where you spend most of your time.
Yeah, that's where I'm most comfortable.
Yeah.
Most comfortable.
I'm most comfortable laying in my bed watching YouTube videos.
That's cause you're lame. That's your favorite time. It's the favorite time you have is sitting in your bed watching YouTube videos.
No, but it's where I'm most comfortable. It's my favorite place to be.
Your favorite situation.
My favorite place to be in.
That's the question wasn't about situation now. It was about place.
But
You can have more fun in other places, but only for so long.
Yeah.
not really.
If you went to Disney for more than a month, if you were there for a month and you went to the parks every day, you're telling me you would still be having more fun than at home.
You'd get old and you'd get homesick, which is proof that you.
Yeah,
I'm
being
homesick.
homesick. Anywhere that you go, you get homesick after a while.
I don't.
After a while.
You can deny it, but it happens.
Not really. That was 2 weeks. I've never been somewhere for more than 2 weeks, so I wouldn't know.
Being homesick proves that your favorite place is your home.
How do you feel that? Oh, I guess you can. The longest I've ever been without being in here is 2 weeks.
In where?
My house.
Oh. I mean, yeah, same here.
It's kind of crazy. Mason, for the first time in his entire life.
It's correct.
No. He's still yet to be back. Had a sleepover yesterday. Just had a sleepover yesterday.
Mason's first sleepover.
Mason's first sleepover.
And Mason's last podcast.
Oh. Hey Mason, don't quit the podcast.
Shut up, Alan. He's made his mind up.
I'm about to pass out.
Alan is tired.
Alright, so I'll say this on the record. Futurama is adequate.
Adequate?
It's adequate.
That's not acceptable.
I'm okay with that.
Don't
I don't
accept
mind
that.
We didn't show you that many episodes. So, like, to get really into it, you
Also, he
kinda
was
have to
texting Christy the whole time.
in between the
Not
commercials.
mine.
Come on.
Not mine.
Let's cut up some slack.
The jokes weren't that funny.
The jokes
Like-
weren't that funny. Remember, I was laughing at like all of them.
You were slap happy, Alan.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't.
You really were. You fell asleep in the first episode.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was like being dumb and like making sounds. He was like, and then like 2 seconds later, I just see him, and he's like,
Yeah, it's the second time I've fallen asleep during
and then
the
I
first.
just slapped him
That's
across
the
the face.
second time
And
I've
he
fallen.
didn't know. He couldn't tell.
That's the second time I've fallen asleep during the first episode of Futurama.
Any other questions? Or is that all exhausted?
No, we're not done, idiot.
What?
We're not done until we say you're done.
We're not
Then
done.
what's the question,
The
Alan?
show's not over till the fat Alan sings.
No, it's not. I'm just kidding. What if? Would you rather question? Would you rather have a hole in your foot, or like be shot in the foot, or be out?
Be shot in the foot.
Be shot in the foot. Shot in the stomach.
I'd rather be shot in the foot.
Wait, I think getting shot in the foot would suck though, because then I couldn't run.
So
Wait,
would you
hold on.
rather?
It would, but like that would hold more bearing if it was me. How about him for like his arm or like his hand, so he couldn't game?
Okay, his shoulder.
Mason
Okay,
couldn't
but hold
game
on.
anymore.
Would you
Mason-
actually ever want to be someone else?
No.
Yeah,
If you're a sane person, you enjoy being.
Yeah.
Okay, but just being in my body.
That'd suck so much.
That does.
Wait,
That'd probably be worse than
It's
just
like,
being you. Because
it's like the shows or like the idea where you like switch minds, but not and no, you switch
this
bodies.
is such an overused concept.
I know it
It's
is,
really dumb.
but imagine that with Alan and Mason.
I would hurt you so bad.
You're the one who
That's
feels
messed
pain.
up. If you
I don't care.
you switch bodies with Mason, you would hurt the body.
Yeah, terribly, like permanently,
That is messed up.
irreparably.
This is why this is unrated.
Irreparably.
It's gory.
I would irreparably damage your body.
Thank you, Al.
What would you do in Alan's body, Mason?
Would you have Would you have Tourette's?
Yes.
So it's just like a
Wait,
consciousness.
Are you changing? Does consciousness count as brain, like a physical brain, or does consciousness count as an idea?
Your soul?
Well, I feel like
Is
if you
your
switch
soul real?
No.
consciousness, then you would still like be the same person, but would you still be like as smart?
There is a physical place where your consciousness is located.
Yeah, your brain.
Yeah.
So
There's
it's
there's a part of your brain that your consciousness is located. So are you switching that specific part of your brains, or you're switching the entire part?
probably it's consciousness because you get like ability, like.
So I'd be like
In that
the
case,
same
you would have
intellect as him then.
In that case, yes. you would both know the things
You'd be so lucky.
that each other knew.
I wouldn't.
But your conscious would be the same, so your reasoning would be the same, but it would be affected by the things that
you have my memories.
Yeah.
But if I have his
That'd be
memories,
interesting.
then am I pretty much just?
That'd be an
at that
interesting
point?
spin on that.
Yeah,
concept.
he is that point. Yeah. I wouldn't say memories.
Because
I would say like how your brain is wired, not like your memories. It's different.
So it would be your entire brain.
Just like I don't know. It's weird.
He would have Tourette's.
He
He would have the memory.
I
of
would
having-
not have Tourette's.
He would have the memory of having his Tourette's his entire life. You think that would change his conscious? Yes.
Maybe it'd be nicer.
Maybe he would be Alan. If Mason and Alan switched bodies, it wouldn't change anything. If they had the same memories,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Your memories make up who
you
you
would.
are.
Yeah.
So
who
it's
you are
just
is
your
not.
I mean, there's also in part
Who you
genetics.
are is not your conscious. It's the.
But I guess if
things
we have
that
the same
you-
brain,
the
we would have
influence
the same
of
genetics.
But what would change for both of us?
Nothing.
Well, I mean, yeah, it would.
Should be
If you
a net
just
zero,
switch
you'd
consciousness,
just be the same.
you'd be the same because your
We just
consciousness is
switch.
melded by your memories.
Nobody else would notice anything.
But
We probably would notice anything.
But it would be different than it would
really
be.
wouldn't. That's what we're saying. Like,
It would be a different
theory.
experience than if it didn't happen.
Get your foot off my chair, bro. My leg. This is like big brain conversation.
This is a very big brain conversation. I'm not
Do
quite
you-
sure Alan is.
Do you guys think that consciousness is influenced completely by
Okay, we're not
The-
going that far.
the things that you've experienced and the things that you remember, or are you born
We just lost
automatically
5 listeners.
with the conscious like different?
Our few things.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah,
Okay.
Sorry, Andrew.
I'm disappointed in both of you.
Happy birthday, Andrew.
We're just going to talk about League.
What?
League.
League?
Oh.
League of Legends?
That's how we're going.
Remember when you got ganked and then we smited and then
Yeah, ganked and then.
Can you sing, Alan? We have 4 minutes now. We gotta sing.
Not singing. You
What?
said.
You
You're
have to
leaving. No, Mason has to sing.
I'm not
sing us a
singing.
goodbye song.
I'm not
Yeah,
singing.
Mason,
You
have to.
no, you have to sing me
We're
a
not-
goodbye
we're not
song.
ending till you sing.
I'm not singing, Alan. What's up with your glass? They're so crooked.
Did I use the force on you?
Yeah.
I just like,
Because they're. Oh. You gotta sing a song, Mason.
I'm not singing a song.
you have to sing a song,
I'm
Alan.
not singing a song, folks.
If Alan sung a song, would you sing a song with him?
I would not. I would not do a duet.
What a
Come
terrible
on, do a
person.
duet.
I would bring Alan so far down. Okay, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Got so much wood, I could build me a fort.
Yeah, let's do that.
No, that's not a song, it's a line.
Wait.
How do you
Your
hold
foot
it?
off.
No. Okay.
What are you on your phone, Alan?
Wait, I'm
What are
looking
you
something
doing?
up.
He's
Hurry it
looking
up,
a
you have
sick
3
beat
minutes.
so that Mason can freestyle.
I'm not freestyling.
You're not freestyling.
That's the second
I'm not
time.
freestyling.
This is ridiculous. This is. I'm crying when it makes it 3 minutes.
Sorry, Alan.
I'm crying. So how's it going, Mason? How's it going? It's a fine day. We never asked.
He rebooted, dude. He just refreshed. God hit the refresh button. He's like, How you doing, Mason?
I'm doing alright.
How you doing
I'm
today,
so tired.
Mason?
I'm very tired too because Andrew kept waking me up. She's not intelligent.
That was pretty fun. That was epic.
This baby.
Like, last night's conversation was not at all productive for me.
That's true.
That's fun. We
Done
talked
here?
about how many people we've killed.
And I
Not
was
really.
like, none,
don't
so I can't really talk much.
don't send the police after us. We didn't kill
These
anybody.
freckles stand for everyone that I've killed. It's actually tattoos.
Yeah. I was getting somebody got tattoos of freckles.
Why don't you get tatted
I
up?
feel like people do that.
That would be disgusting.
Are you gonna get tatted up
Fake
someday?
freckles.
You get tatted up?
Probably get a tattoo at one point.
I don't think I'm gonna get a tattoo.
No,
I want my body to be in its original state when I die. Instead of like, I don't want to get my ears pierced. I don't want to get a piercing at any point. I don't want to get a tattoo.
I get nipple piercing.
Alright, we're talking about podcast there.
That's
why I have to
the
rate
end
it
of
unrated.
this podcast.
That's saying nipple isn't unrated. What's one nipple piercing? What's wrong with that?
Stop. Alright, it's been real, y'all.
It's been real. Bye bye.
Bye,
Bye Mason.
bye,
Bye Mason.
bye.
Bye Mason. 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 Bye.